Hey everybody, and welcome back to ShaqRuin's video tutorials, Minecraft tutorials today. We're going to be working on the furnace again today. Sad news, bad news, not sad news, bad news. We're starting again. I finished it all this week. Like I went through and encoded the rest of it, and I was testing it, and it just wasn't working. And I tried to fix it. But I couldn't fix it. It was like it wasn't doing anything. It was putting the wrong block there, and oh my god, it was a big mess. So I had to delete all of it. So we're gonna start again, but this time we're gonna be doing things just a little bit differently. I found out some stuff that's actually gonna make our code better than what it was before. As well, on top of that, we're going to be just going through file by file instead of jumping around all over the place to create this and create that, and just to get rid of this error and get rid of this error. We're going to stick to our guns, one error at a time. Okay, one file at a time. So we're going to start with the block, then we're going to move on to the tile entity, the GUI handler, and the GUI file, followed by the container. And I think that's going to be it. So there's going to be at least 5 or 6 parts to this this series, and after that we're going to move into the other stuff like PowerNet and but a bunch of other machiney type stuff. And it's going to be great. So anyway, we're going to get started here. As you can see, got my desktop open. I'm going to go to Eclipse. Now, I've already deleted all this stuff out of here, except for the imports. So get rid of that import. So delete all the files, so you can delete. Actually, I forgot to delete this. You can delete the tile entity package, the GUI or GUI package. Get rid of your block class file, and edit your ENUS, taking stuff out of here like that. And common proxy needs to be updated as well. It's part of the new code I was testing, and it's not liking that import. That's the only one, so we're gonna get rid of that import. There we go. We're back to clean project. It will run as is and work. So we're going to start this again, and we're going to try and speed through as quick as possible into getting shits done. So we got machines here. I left the comment there. So just get rid of all of your code to do at the furnace. So block registrations as well. Okay. We're going to start again here. So public static block. And we're just going to call this SP furnace underscore idle is equal to new SP furnace class. We're going to give it a parameter of false dot set block name. And we're gonna type in block name. So I'm just gonna throw on that on the end. We're gonna type in SP furnace underscore idle. We're gonna go dot set hardness 0.9F. Can't be any higher than 1. And then set creative tab. And this is gonna be sample tab. Cool. Copy that. So remember, we got to have the idle and the active block. So active class is going to be the same, except for false is going to turn to true, and idle is going to turn to active. As well as we don't want it showing in the creative tab. So we're going to get rid of that. And we're good for that. Scroll down. We're going to do our block registry. So game registry dot register block. This is going to be SP furnace idle sp furnace underscore idle. Cool. It's not liking that name of that block. Oh, underscore idle. Shit. Okay. There we go. Copy that. Paste it. This is going to be the active block. And actually, we want that to be an underscore, not a hyphen. Underscore active. Excuse me. So now that we've done that, SP, so that's good. We're going to go into our enus file, and we're going to create this. So this is tile.spFurnace underscore idle dot name is going to be equal to ShaqPower furnace. Copy that, paste it, change it to active, and I'm just going to tack on active onto here, and then we know if we're having any discrepancies with which block is being put out, and yeah, it's just going to make sure everything's copacetic. We don't need our client proxy open, but we are going to need our common proxy, which we're going to deal with right now. So in your common proxy, below the render stuff method that we created in the very first video, we're going to create a new one. We're going to go public void. Actually, we're going to go public static void register tile entities. Now, I'm going to explain one thing. Now, you may be asking, where are these names coming from? These names aren't anything. These are just our own custom names. These are own custom methods that are running code within Minecraft. Okay, so if you don't want to call it register tile entities, you don't have to, but it's better to label stuff as directly as possible to what it's actually doing. In this case, we're registering tile entities. We're just going to put this code in here so that it's in there and it's done, and we don't have to open up this file next time. We can do all of the jumping around, at least for the most part, now instead of later. So we're going to go game registry dot register tile entity. We want the first one there, and we got to put in a tile entity class, which we are going to type in sp furnace tile entity. Oh, forgot something. Dot class. Make sure you add dot class, and then the ID is going to be main class. Put the caps lock on there. Main class dot mod ID plus colon sp furnace tile entity. Now this is still going to error out this section here because, well, one, this is not created, and that's why this is erroring out, because it's not detecting that this is an actual tile entity. But that is fine for now. We are going to leave that as is, and we're going to get back to this. So now within our main class method here, the constructor of our class, the top, we're going to type in, and I think I was screwing around. I was screwing around. I'm going to turn this back to proxy. Okay, so at the top, under our cited proxy, it should still say public static common proxy. And now within our main class, we're going to go proxy, and then we're just going to tell it to register tile entities. We're going to call that function so that it registers our tile entities. Now, the reason why we're doing it this way is, okay, so tile entity stuff has to be done on the server as well as the client. So putting it on the server, and since it is going to have it run on the server as well as the client, since we're using it in both and stuff. So that's good. We can close that file for now. We're going to close our enus file, and we're going to jump into creating our sp furnace class. So we're going to go create class, and we're going to go dot block. Actually, no, we're going to go, yeah, dot block. Create that. Now in here we're going to go extends block container. Okay, and we're going to command shift control shift O to import that, and add the constructor. All right, now right away we're going to be screwing around with this. So in our super, we're going to type in material dot rock, and then up in our constructor, we're going to be getting rid of that parameter. We're going to be putting a new one, which is going to be Boolean is active. Okay, and this is going to be public, not protected, so it can be accessed in here. So this file has no, your main class should now have no errors, but you're going to have tons in this, well, few anyway, in this one. This is a pretty long file, so I may even break this up into 2 episodes, but don't worry. I'm gonna record it in all one session, and it'll be out one day after the other for this file, and then after the next file, I'll try and do that one as soon as I can as well, to get that to you guys, so you guys have stuff to do, things to watch, and get your furnaces going in a very fast manner, compared to the last time we tried this, the last 2 times we didn't get anywhere. So after we put in the constructor, we're still not done with importing or adding stuff. We got to add unimplemented methods, which is just the create tile entity method. We're going to leave that there for now. We may not even need it, so if we don't need it, we may be changing this back to just block instead of block container. But for now, we're going to leave it as that until we get to that section. I haven't. I have it there in my other code, but I haven't actually used it yet. So if I haven't used it by the end, then we'll just be saying screw it. All right. So first thing that we're doing here is we're going to create a bunch of variables up at the top here for doing our textures and stuff like that. So this is going to be stuff that's going to be side only. It's going to be side.client, import that, Command Shift Control Shift O, and we're just going to create some private stuff. So private icon, and we're just going to call this top. I'm going to grab that, paste that again. We're going to change this to front. And we'll import stuff after, so we're going to go private static boolean is burning, and then private final is burning 2. It's not a typo. There is going to be an error there for the moment because we haven't declared what that is yet, but we will. No worries. So then I'm gonna go public final random. Random is going to be equal to new random. We're going to be using this later on in the code, so we're just going to have it here now. Command Shift Control Shift O. Import for random. You're going to import java.util.random, not scala.util.random. And there we go. So we got those in, and in our constructor here, we're going to go is burning 2 is going to be equal to is active. Okay. And I forgot to specify a type as well, so boolean. Sorry. Now all errors will be gone on that, and we are good to move on to the next section. So we're just going to go down one function at a time. We're going to leave this tile entity thing. It's going to be at the bottom. So underneath your constructor, again at side only, side.client, we're going to type in public void register icons icon register icon registry. So we're creating an instance, or we're passing into as a parameter the icon register, which is a class, and we're calling it icon registry. We're going to import icon register, and now we're going to go this dot block icon is equal to icon registry dot register icon, and for this main class dot mod ID plus colon sp furnace underscore side. And now this dot front is equal to icon registry dot register icon. Now for this we're doing some, I'm not sure if I did this the last time, but we're going to be doing it, we're going to be doing our is it on or off right within our parentheses. So if this dot is burning to, so we're basically going to say if that is equal to true in this case. That's what this section means. Not that section, but if that section right there is basically say, okay, if since is burning to is a boolean, it's going to have either a value of true or false. Okay, so we're asking it if it is true, then we're gonna what we want to do in here is we're gonna go main class dot mod ID plus colon sp furnace. Remember, these are our textures. Underscore front underscore on colon, outside of those double quotes is gonna means else, which then we're gonna type in main class. Actually, I'm just gonna copy this section here because it's all the same. So main class, except for we're gonna change that to off. So that's going to handle texture for the front of our block. Okay, fantastic. And now this dot top is equal to icon registry dot register icons main class mod ID plus colon sp furnace underscore top. Right. Now, one thing that I'm not sure if you guys understand or not, I didn't understand it at first either, but when you're registering your icons, that doesn't actually apply them to the block. All that's doing is registering the icon. Now, the reason why this dot block icon automatically applies to the block, that's because in the classes that we're extending, like block and block container, actually block, because block container actually extends block. It just has a few extra functions for block containers. They are setting the block icon as the face of each side of the block. Okay, so that's why that works automatically when, let's say, front and top don't, and that's why we have to do it ourselves.